Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. In Strong Towns, A Bottom-Up Revolution to Rebuild American Prosperity, Charles L. Marohn Jr. challenges prevailing notions about urban development and presents a radical rethinking of how towns and cities can thrive in the 21st century. Drawing from his extensive experience as a professional engineer and city planner, Marohn critiques the unsustainable financial model underpinning America's post-World War II urban sprawl. He argues that the conventional growth pattern, driven by large-scale investments in infrastructure and expansion, leads to cities and towns that are financially fragile and unable to sustain themselves without constant debt-fueled growth. Through compelling analysis and real-world examples, Marohn proposes a shift toward a more resilient, incremental approach to building communities. This book offers a vision for creating prosperous, vibrant towns and cities built on a foundation of financial health, sustainability, and grassroots involvement. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, the true cost of growth. Marohn begins by dissecting the traditional American development model, which he labels the Growth Ponzi Scheme. This model relies on perpetual expansion to maintain financial solvency, often sacrificing long-term sustainability for short-term gains. By detailing how this approach leads to higher taxes, diminished services, and sprawling developments that drain municipal budgets, Marohn highlights a critical, often overlooked aspect of urban planning: the financial health of cities. He argues that the addiction to growth results in communities that are not only economically vulnerable, but also lack the cohesion and character that make places worth living in. Through this exploration, Marohn invites readers to reconsider what true prosperity looks like for American towns and cities, advocating for a model that values fiscal prudence over expansion at any cost. Secondly, incremental development. A cornerstone of Marohn's argument is the advocacy for incremental development, a stark contrast to the big-box stores and cookie-cutter housing developments that characterize much of America's landscape. Incremental development focuses on small, manageable projects that local residents and business owners can undertake. This grassroots approach encourages community involvement and investment, leading to more diversified and resilient economic ecosystems. By emphasizing the value of adaptability and the importance of building on a human scale, Marohn showcases how incremental investments can produce higher value and more sustainable growth over time. He provides numerous examples of how this approach has revitalized neighborhoods and small towns, preserving their unique character while enhancing their economic vitality. Thirdly, financial resilience. Marohn addresses the issue of financial resilience, critiquing the fragility of cities built on the traditional growth model. He explains that financial solvency is not just about balancing budgets, but also about creating communities that can withstand economic downturns and adapt to changing circumstances. The book outlines strategies for achieving financial resilience, such as prioritizing investments that generate the highest returns in terms of community benefit and quality of life. Marohn also discusses the importance of re-evaluating infrastructure projects through a cost-benefit analysis that includes long-term maintenance and sustainability. By focusing on financial resilience, Marohn argues that towns and cities can free themselves from the cycle of debt-fueled growth and build a more stable economic future. Fourthly, the role of citizens. Marohn underscores the critical role that citizens play in creating strong towns. He argues that engaged, informed, and empowered residents are the foundation of the bottom-up revolution he envisions. Through community activism, participation in local government, and small-scale entrepreneurial ventures, citizens can drive the incremental development that leads to sustainable growth. The book offers practical advice on how individuals can get involved in their communities, from organizing neighborhood meetings to advocating for local policy changes. Marohn's vision places great emphasis on the power of local action and grassroots initiatives, highlighting the potential for citizens to effect meaningful change in their communities. Lastly, reimagining transportation. Another significant aspect of Marohn's thesis is the need to rethink transportation. He criticizes the car-centric planning model that dominates American cities, pointing out its economic inefficiencies and negative impacts on community life. Instead, Marohn advocates for a transportation system that prioritizes walkability, cycling, and public transit, making towns and cities more accessible and less reliant on automobiles. By redesigning urban spaces to support a variety of transportation modes, communities can reduce dependence on expensive infrastructure, improve public health, and foster vibrant, engaged neighborhoods. Marohn uses case studies to illustrate how reimagined transportation strategies can contribute to the overall strength and sustainability of towns and cities. In conclusion, Strong Towns, A Bottom-Up Revolution to Rebuild American Prosperities is a must-read for urban planners, civic leaders, and concerned citizens alike. Charles L. Marohn Jr. offers a compelling critique of traditional urban development practices and presents a hopeful vision for the future, one built on the principles of financial health, community engagement, and incremental growth. This book challenges readers to rethink what makes communities thrive and provides actionable insights for building more resilient and prosperous towns and cities. By embracing the strategies outlined by Marohn, individuals and municipalities can contribute to a movement that not only addresses the fiscal realities facing urban areas, but also enhances the quality of life for all residents. Whether you're an urban planning professional, a local government official, or simply someone who cares deeply about the future of your community, Strong Towns offers invaluable perspectives on how to effect positive change from the ground up. If you would like to support Charles L. Marohn Jr., you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.